This is my first video log, and I've been thinking a lot lately about consciousness and purpose and meaning, and what gives us purpose and meaning, what are purpose and meaning, and do they even really exist? So, I think something about purpose and meaning is it's a human construct. We've created it, just as we've created politics, just as we've created money and currency. They're human ideas. They're human constructs. So it should never upset anyone that we don't know our purpose, and it shouldn't upset anyone in the case that we don't have purpose or meaning. We created the idea to begin with, so that would imply that we have to create it for ourselves as well. But getting upset at the idea that there may not be purpose in the universe is equal to being upset that mice don't have politics, that reindeer don't use currency. And one drawback to that, or one weakness to that, is purpose is always given in a finite amount of time. When something has purpose, because it has to fulfill its purpose. It does something in a finite amount of time. Nothing has purpose simply by existing, and that's the definition of purpose and meaning, is in conjunction to existing, something has purpose, something has meaning. So right away, the idea that something alone does not have purpose and meaning, that it has to be attributed purpose and meaning, right away shows us that this is a human construct. But beyond that, because that things fulfill purpose and meaning within a finite time, a phone has no purpose if you never call anybody and nobody ever calls you, right? There's never that start where it starts existing and end where you get a phone call and then it repeats its purpose. It's not like your phone blows up after you get a phone call, but so in that respect, our lives can have purposes, but the end thing of death is purposeless, because our purpose isn't to die, right? Who would want to give the attribute of you're supposed to die? That's why you exist. But that's really a valid conclusion in an anthropocentric perception. Because you exist, you're going to die, therefore that is your purpose, is to consume and then die. But something that really starts to change that perspective and brings conflict is religion, which is actually very counterintuitive, because religion tries to give us purpose and meaning by giving us God, giving us eternal love, giving us heaven, and so forth. But the idea that once you die, you exist forever, for eternity, that you are you for eternity and you exist for eternity, that is like division by zero for purpose. What purpose can you possibly have other than to simply exist that will last forever? And the anthropocentric human perspective on Earth is everything has a finite timeline of purpose. We serve the purpose here and here and here, but and it's divided by time. But if you have a purpose that is spread out forever to no end, what is the purpose of that then? You are not dividing by zero, you're dividing by an infinite amount of time. What can possibly hold purpose for an infinite amount of time? And, of course, you could argue that eternal love, acceptance, that's your purpose. But again, what is the purpose of eternal love and acceptance and existence if it exists for eternity? So that is kind of a cognitive dissonance in religion and the understanding of the afterlife and trying to integrate purpose and meaning into that. You can say one thing, but your mind is going to conflict with itself in these aspects because of their anthropocentric perspective, their definition, and how we fear the end of life. They can't all exist simultaneously together in harmony. And that's what gives people depression. That's why people don't understand the Bible or other religions, and that's why a lot of religious people are probably a bit confused, because they've probably thought of this, maybe not verbatim, but it's crossed their minds, how can I exist forever and have purpose? And again, it all comes down to, if you want purpose, you have to create it. It's not a divine thing that we understand right now. There could be purpose and meaning, and I'm not saying there isn't, but it doesn't make sense with everything we know right now. And in order to find purpose, if that is your goal, you are going to have to create it, and you're going to have to define it in a way that either purpose itself is limitless and does not depend on time and actual events that happen within time. Simply existing is your purpose, or you're going to have to conclude that your purpose is to live and die. And if you can accept that, you will probably be the happiest person there is, because you will know that no matter what, you will fulfill your entire life's purpose, no matter what. Which is kind of cool, I guess. I'm gonna go die now to make a pizza.